Welcome back. This is MDawg, and we are here at Belaya. First time we've been to Belaya on this leveling series. Now, since the updates and all the patches and everything, I have no idea if fish are biting at Belaya. So that's first warning. But this is a very good option, especially if you're into spin fishing, when you're leveling low levels, because you can use the free spinning rod to at least attempt to catch some decent fish. And that's what we're going to try to do during this episode. So we'll see how it goes. Happy New Year, everyone. I know it's been a little while since I released a leveling video. I did release so many leading up to the holidays. Hopefully that was enough content to keep you busy. But let's see what we're going to do here. So, comma comfort. I think we will go ahead and probably, let's see, what's on these Sorrentos. This one's set up, and this one's set up without a, I think we do, just to try to catch a few fish, 2 fish, 3 fish, we might set these up somewhere over here and try to catch like roach or something. Nothing dangerous. We don't have any roach ground bait made up. Do we have ingredients for that? I mean, we can just throw it in with whatever, to be honest. Okay, we don't. I'm not going to buy that right now. Let's go with the clip of 10. I don't have the map for here, and I'm not going to buy it right now. Let's just cast them out and just see if we get... Oh, we've got happy hour question mark? Oh, because it's free for everybody right now, huh? Alright, and then this one we'll just put on... We have pearl barley on the other one. Let's just do worm on this one, I think. And we'll do 12 clip on this one. Let's just get these out here. Again, I'm not sure how many fish we're going to be able to catch. Spin fishing. So at least we might catch a fish or two over here. And we can move those around if we need to. Cafe wise, we don't have any roach orders. Gibble crucian, I guess that's possible. Okay, let's check the weeklies. Is anything going to show up at Belaya? Probably not these days, huh? Oh, grayling. Okay. Is that the one we have? No, we didn't get the Spiker 18. Spiker 215. See, what I'd love to see is, I would love to see if there's, if any of the Christmas lures are doing well. Because we can get those relatively cheap. Compared to how much some of these other lures cost. That's a new one, isn't it? A Vibra spinner? Vibra? Hello? Who makes the Vibra spinners? That is a new one. It's out of stock. They're expensive too. That's way too much for our blood. Alright. Let's see what we're catching over here. It looks like we might have a bite coming in. Alright, so on worms we are... Is that a rough? Oh, it's a bleak. Hey, we'll take that. We're going to make a little bit of silver here at Belaya. Alright. Okay, so we're going to go check some spots that traditionally can work. How fast do we want to do retrieval? Like 18 maybe? Okay, so anywhere around this rock here can sometimes be good. Let me show you what we're using here. So we have, by the way, this is not how you set up a rod. This is the free rod you get. So it's only an 18 silver rod that we got for free when you create the account, right? So this is a disaster waiting to happen. I mean, load capacity on this rod is only 2.5, and we're using 3.1 kilo line. So if we do our breakup too high, we could snap the rod, right? I mean, we're just kind of taking that as a possibility. We're going to start with that friction break really low. But the reason why I use this is because the test on this allows us to cast these really small spinners farther than if we weren't using one of these. So that's why we do it this way. By the way, I probably should have let that Well, I don't know. We'll just do straight retrieval for the most part. We can also do a little speed up here and there. Oh, there we go. So again, we don't want to go past like 20 or so, I don't think. But if we can get a couple fish like this in at our level, and if it's grayling, not chub fine. And we don't really want asp, only because if it's an asp, only the small ones would we likely be able to get in. So the ones that are worth more silver, we might not ever get in. We might just get spooled, you know. So, yeah, this looks like a grayling. So this is a great start. And this is the whole charm of Belaya, right? Is that you can catch these fish. It's, you know, I mean, look at that. Like, boom! Maximum experience for a fish. What a start. I almost could just release it for the XP, but we would rather have silver than XP right now. So, man, what a start. That's what we want. Almost leveled us on one fish. So if we can duplicate that a couple times here in the early morning, and then during the hotter part of the day, we might struggle to catch anything. But again, look at this. And this is why, like, if Belaya is active at all and you're tired of feeder fishing, if you haven't quite got your stuff ready to go catch the bream at Old Berg, there's a new level. Don't sleep on grayling at Belaya. Look at this bite rate right now. Is this another grayling? Man, I just stumbled upon... No, actually, this is a very small brown trout. But that is the other thing that we could possibly get in some, like, reasonably good-sized brown trout. Those are the two species that I would prefer to catch at our level with our gear. So this is a good sign. Oh, yeah, we're not supposed to go over 20. We don't want to snap this rod. It could still snap. We're taking a chance, like, there's no doubt. But really, like, you know, this first grayling we caught, we'll see how much it's worth, but we've probably already paid for the rod, right? And the fish that we've caught in this spot. That's just a guess, but I would say that's probably true. I would go run at the cafe and check, but I don't want to miss this morning time where we're actually catching pretty good fish. Now, what we haven't necessarily paid for is the lure. This fish is running. We're gonna, like, we just may not be able to get this fish in. All right, let's move. Let's move. Maybe we should have moved immediately, see if we can get ahead of it and try to get it running back the other way. I don't know. But, you know, when the fish is pulling, right now you can tell we have no control over it. We might just get this fish in. We might survive till it gets tired. I don't know. Maybe not, though. I'm surprised we haven't lost it already. It's so angry. Yeah, we just want him to keep going up against the side. If he continues to go in the direction he is now and like goes away from us, we won't have a way to stop it. But if he keeps running against that other side over there and kind of slows himself down, then maybe we can hang in the fight till he's tired. Wow, we're taking such a chance right now. This fish is gone, I think. It just doesn't feel like it's anywhere close to a spot where we would be able to get it in, strength-wise. See, I think that was just the fish bumping up against the wall over there. That's the only reason why it kind of stopped for a second. So one option you have, and I'm not going to do this, but one option you have in this kind of situation when you're bringing undersized gear to Belaya, and you've got a nice lure on there like we do, you can always Alt F4 just to jump out of this situation. Which one is this? 4G003. I don't know if we're going to be able to afford to repurchase it or not, but we'll try. It's gone. It finally decided to just swim north instead of hanging out over there. Bye-bye. Took the whole line with it. Man, this spot is on fire right now. Okay, let's go see if we can get that Aquila back. There's something I want to try. We can get a little more strength out of the other setup, but we can't cast it as far. So I kind of want to see, does it cast far enough to catch a fish? Until we figure this out, I'm going to keep these out of the water. But I'm telling you, when Belaya is good, it's good. No, that's not what I want to check. I want to check, just out of curiosity, what are we at right now? Why can't I find the fish market? Yeah, we're at 26 silver. So that one grayling was 11.87. All right, so we want to see if the Aquila is in stock, because clearly that was working. It was the 3, wasn't it? It's in stock somewhere, though. Or at least we were able to purchase it. But, I mean, that is a lot of silver. That's basically about how much we've caught. All right, so this is what I want to check, though. Can we... And I may not be able to test this till we... Do we have anything else that's basically the same weight? Like this is that weight. Do they have leaders in stock? We were using a fluorocarbon leader. Oh, they're all out of stock. All right, we need to go back to Mosquito and maybe Winding. But let me see, like, can we cast a non... So the test, this lure is too light for the test, right? But how far can we cast it? Is it far enough where we think we'd still be able to catch a fish over here? I just don't know. I doubt it. It's just so close, isn't it? But we would get a little more strength out of it. It's just tough. Maybe we just take the keep taking the chance. I mean, it's fun, right? But it's all right. So how much do we have to? I think it's like 8 silver to travel back. It's worth it. We needed an Aquila. We could have tried a fair lure, one of the lures from the fair, actually. But I mean, this is like living on the edge stuff. I don't know if it's worth it at a low level, but it's a high risk, high reward. Maybe it is. I mean, it's fun, but it's also can be punishing. I mean, if you get unlucky and you don't get a few fish before you lose the lure, it's just a little brutal, right? All right, so this is the one. 25 silver. Do they have leaders here? Ooh, wait. Why is that saying I'm not high enough level? Are these different than the ones at Mosquito? I just bought one at Mosquito. All right, so let's go ahead and get this lure back. And let's travel to Mosquito. I could have sworn I just bought that same fluorocarbon leader and it wasn't giving me the error message on level. But the leader is too small. Like that leader's 3.2. So the only reason why we get that leader is if we're going to go back to the lighter. I guess we could try a mono leader. Let's see what's the diameter? The diameter is 0.26. Let's just look at the leaders really quick. Classic leaders. Yeah, we can use these. So it must be a different type. These are the ones that were 14. So we were just clicking on the wrong ones. Maybe it's because they were all out of stock. It switched positions. All right, so it's out of stock on the 5 kilo. 3.4. Diameter's 0.18. What did I say the diameter was on this? 0.26. 0.27. This is the one, 0.18. I just don't know that it's worth it on this one. For the other one, maybe. All right, let's go back to winding. Sorry, Belaya. We're blowing all kinds of silver here. This is probably not worth it unless we can catch him on the stronger gear. But we're doing it without a leader, so we probably can't. I guess the other thing we could look at is, if you have a little more silver, can you get a little more line on your spool? Would more line on the spool have saved us there? I'm not convinced, but maybe. All right, we're going to see how far we can cast this one. See if we can catch a fish with how far we can cast it. So we were like standing here and just casting a little left of it. It's just not going very far. And we also don't have the fluorocarbon leader anymore. It might just be a completely different result, but we'll see. All right, that is a grayling. Small one, though. What happened to our audio? Let's just move it a little. Okay, now the audio's back. Let's move up a little bit. Cast it straight out, see if that makes a difference. And then if we get something kind of big and juicy on, that we can just turn tail left really quick. I probably should do this with the other setup too. Because if we can keep it in front of us, we might have a chance. It just went left on us so fast. Let's try that. I just don't think this is going to work. We don't have the leader. And we can't cast it as far. Okay, so the idea is we can just huff it to the left a little bit and try to get ahead of it if it's a big boy. Now we're out of that window of like the perfect time to fish where every grayling we were catching was like perfect size, but we'll see if we can still do a little damage here. I think it seems like just straight retrieval's been working the best. We're getting it cast so much farther out with the correct test than we were on the other way, doing it the other way. And it's definitely fun. All right, let's change. It looks like I've gotten kicked out of my own chat again. So let's, whenever all those updates happen. So MDawg, join. All right, now we're in business. Just going to do straight retrieval, see if we get a bite again. This might be the first leveling episode I've ever done where we'll lose money. Not necessarily, overall lose money, but because of all the traveling and in terms of the silver we started with versus the silver we end with. Hey, there's another decent one though. You know, if nothing else, we're making a little bit of silver and we're leveling up our spin fishing. Oh, that one popped off. Oh, it came back. Oh, that's weird. Might even be the same fish. I can't tell. That's a chub, though. We don't want those stinking chub. I'm going to even go farther and cast it this way, like right at this rock, see if it works. Small fish. Is it a trout? Oh, it's perch, isn't it? But look at this bite rate. Just in terms of leveling up your spin fishing, and, you know, again, in the mornings and maybe probably late afternoon, chance of catching some pretty nice fish. But we're popping off on leveling up spin fishing right now just because of this bite rate. And this is just doing straight retrieval. I mean, you know, sometimes if they're not this active, I'll do some speed up. I'll, you know, let it fall. Sometimes you catch fish on the fall. Like if we're casting back this way especially, we could just close the bail, let it sink a little bit, drift with the current, and then start bringing it in. Sometimes that works really well. And then you can do speed up in the midst by holding down shift. And then let the shift off to slow it back down. Let it drop again. There's a brown trout. All right, now we'll do speed up with shift. And then stop, back to normal. We could have also just let it drop there when we stopped, but right now it feels like these fish are really liking the consistent reeling. All right, this one I'm going to go from right from the start. As soon as it hits the water, we're going to start reeling. And we could also slow it down a little bit because we're actually bringing the lure back with the current. So it's the current's moving it a little bit too, from right to left, south to north. But so typically I would cast against the current and bring it back to me, but the only reason why I'm not doing that as much right now is because I don't want the fish to have a head start running in that direction against us. There's a nice grayling. If it's a marker, I'm excited. All right, so that seemed to work. That Spiker 18 looks like it's the killer lure right now. I'm sure it's out of stock, but also the Spikers are just a little pricier. I think they're 40 plus per, so knowing that we have a 50-50 chance of losing this lure. Is that a roach? How cool is that? How often do you catch a roach throwing an Aquila out at Belaya? I have no idea, but that was pretty cool. Now we caught a crucian. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right, 1 o'clock. So if anything, it's only going to get better moving forward in time. So let's go. Let's let it rest for just a second. Let's see how much silver we've made. We have 0.38 silver. We almost have nothing. But we probably have, what, like 20 or so? 25 maybe? Am I underselling it or overselling it? I'm not even sure. 39, that's not bad. And how much would a... I was trying to see if one of these lures... none of them are yellow. Trying to match that spiker that's working so good, you know? But again, I don't want to spend spiker kind of silver right now. Oh, they do have it in stock. 54 silver here. It's pricey here. There's no way it's worth it just because of how often we'd lose it. Now trying one of these. Does this one have a yellow? No. I mean, this is what's closest, right? And it's only 18 silver. Should we try it? Let's try it. So let's sell our fish. Let's check the cafe, though. Did we get any, like, lucky... No, it's really unlucky right now in terms of what the orders are. So let's just sell our fish. God, I can't believe how little silver we're going to end this episode with. But let's just try this snowflake. It kind of looks like that spiker, right? And I know some of the snowflakes work pretty well. This one might be dead, but it's even lighter. Let's try it, though. Let's try it. Should have gone with blue, because we know blue's been working with the Aquila, but let's try the old snowflake. Snowflake's a good one to, like, troll at Corey as well. Like, again, these Christmas fair lures they're not bad ones to have. When nothing else is working, sometimes these guys do okay. Come on, just catch a fish so that I don't feel bad about what we just did. Ugh. Buyer's remorse. I'll try it again, though, in just a second. People in chat, and I know you can't see it because I'm covering it up, but... All right. Let's try it again. The test will be if we don't catch a fish this time, which I'll do a little speed up, and then we'll let it drop. If we don't catch a fish this time, I'm going to go back to the Aquila, and I think we'll catch a fish immediately. We picked the wrong snowflake. We picked the wrong snowflake. Alright, let's see if we catch a fish first cast. Maybe it's the time of day, though. Let's don't lose hope yet. Maybe when it gets just a little bit later in the afternoon, the temp stops going up. Maybe we'll be able to hit something again. See, even the Aquila didn't catch one this time. It looks like. The Aquila casts a little farther, too, because it is a little heavier. Those snowflakes are so light. By the way, next episode, I think what I want to do, I've seen a lot of reports on the VK site that like Bleak and Dace and stuff like that's pretty hot right now at winding. So next episode we might spend another day float fishing, just see if we can build a little bit of silver up, because I really want to try to get some momentum towards another feeder set before fully embracing Old Berg with some bream fishing. But if we can get the handle on this, you know, fishing here at Belaya some, it definitely is. It can be really lucrative at just You hate to see those lost expensive lures like we had earlier, though. So we're not catching fish on anything right now. So that makes me feel a little better about the snowflake. There's still a chance. All right, let's drift spots here just a little bit. What's another? We'll stay close by because we want to come back there in another, a few more minutes. But I think sometimes just like over here near the markets and stuff can be pretty good. Again, well, in this spot we might be okay. We'll have time to get ahead of it, so we might be okay just casting straight out or even downriver a little bit. Yeah, but sometimes you can catch stuff down here, sort of like right in the middle. And then, of course, down on the other side, so the southern part is also sometimes a good spot. We'll cast the snowflake here one time. If we don't catch anything, we'll go check the southern spot. Belaya is not that big a map. It doesn't take a minute to run up and down it. I feel like it's a time of day problem right now, to be honest with you. All right, so we'll throw the snowflake first, but yeah, sometimes down here, and so now we have the opposite problem. Now we want to cast this direction because if you cast this way, the fish can run south on you and get away. So we'll come down here, but we'll cast. Normally you'd kind of cast over there. We're gonna have to cast this way because we want it to go. We want it to go left of us if we catch something here. Alright, there's something on the snowflake. First fish on the snowflake. Alright, what are we catching in this spot? Chub. Can I go? I can't go any further down, so this is a little dangerous. Let's go right here. I've just got to remember, we'll try this couple casts, and then we want to get back down to our first spot to see if it's warming back up. Alright, let's throw the Aquila one time here, just so we'll see what it does. At least we did catch a fish on the snowflake though, right? Was it a marker? No, but still. Okay. Let's head back down. Try snowflake first. We'll try snowflake first. Almost makes me want to come here on my main account using a real ultralight, nice setup with the Spiker 18 or this Aquila and try this spot like on a mature account and see what you could do down here. It just seems so solid in the morning, didn't it? And on a real ultralight setup, we can power any of these fish in. Alright, we got to be careful here. So we're going to do what we did last time, which is kind of be able to cast back in this direction. Let it drift a little. Let's see, so the temp is 18.9. Let's see what the high was supposed to be. Alright, there we go. Perch right at the end. High was supposed to be 19. So we're right at the high now. Hopefully the temp will start to go down here soon. We'll see what the next temperature change is. Okay. I like to see it. Now it's still swimming that way. We want to get in front of this fish and change its mind about what direction it's going in. Swim away from us, fish. The fish will naturally, if given time, the fish will naturally want to swim away from you. I think. Supposedly. There we go. Now we got it going the other way for the most part. Now we're still reeling it towards us, but if it really starts pulling, it should pull away. You wouldn't expect it to pull to us and past us from here. That's the idea, at least. And this was on the snowflake. Maybe we chose okay. This will pay for half the snowflake with one fish if it's the right species. Got to be careful. We pulled it like all the way to us, and now it's pulling away from us a little bit. I don't think this fish could spool us, but I just want to be careful after our last goof up. Yeah, I think we got this thing. For the most part, we are. Oh, it's a perch. That is not the right species. Nice perch, though. Too bad. So sad. But we'll take it. Every little fish helps. Alright, let's go to our little rock, next to our little rock. Quick bites. Yeah, I think it was a time of day thing. It seems like, now, that's a chub. Maybe we'd catch, let's switch it and try this. Let's test this. Does Aquila get us back on graylings versus the perch and chub that the snowflake seems to be catching? Maybe nothing. Temperature's holding steady still. We haven't seen the drop yet. I wish I could cast like we were before. Maybe we go a little farther north and cast back to the rock more. Because we're really not even fishing in the same place where we were hitting them so good this morning. Yeah, let's just be bold. Let's just be a little bolder. There was a tiny fish chasing that at the end, but it had been small anyway. Alright, here we go. Again, maybe the temperature and stuff, like we're just not getting the graylings again yet, but we still got a couple more in-game hours where the fishing, spin fishing should still be pretty legit, so we'll see. I'm just going to switch back and forth between these lures till we catch a nice grayling. Hopefully we will. That is a grayling again, so maybe they're coming back. Yeah, maybe they're coming back. Oof, got him. We need to get him off the rock, though. Man, we just muscled that grayling in. That was awesome. And a nice fish. And that was on the snowflake. Temperature's dropping again. That's what's happening. Fish are responding to the temp drop in the end of the day, I think. Come on, hit it. Hit it right at the end here. Alright, let's go Aquila. These Aquillas are usually just grayling candy. Although the spikers can be too. Come on. Hit it. Do we have any points? 1 point. We could do spinning reel. Just get a little bit of casting distance. I think I like it. And spinning reel, when you put points in spinning reel, it goes across all types of spinning of fishing. So worth doing for the casting distance and accuracy. The only downside compared to some of the other places you can put points is that it doesn't give you any better control of the fish. But all the percentage points towards casting does add up, does help you get your lure to where you want it to be in some spots. We need to switch back to snowflake, see if it'll do something. Alright, let's try the snowflake again. We're just gonna have to get on our horse and ride if we get on a big one again. Gotta be faster this time. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna immediately switch back to the Aquila, just try it. Go. I think that's a brownie, isn't it? Please don't pop off. Very nice. Okay. Got on top of it before it could even think about running. And we're just pulling in fish out after fish right now. Again, leveling up that spin fishing. We might be able to use spoons before we even get to quarry. If we keep this up. guess we try the snowflake again. This is where you want to go to a dark lure if you have one. We just don't really have a lot. We don't really have anything dark. In fact, that Aquila at least has some dark on it. But not ideal for night fishing. It's usually pretty slow at night anyway. But it's not night yet. Like, I really was expecting till 2200 we'd still be pulling in some fish. If this doesn't catch anything, I'll probably go right back to Aquila. I still believe that the Aquila is going to be the better option out of these two, but it's fun trying I'm glad we've caught some decent fish off the snowflake. I don't feel as bad about that purchase now. It's just really died out for us though. We had a good run. We're not hitting anything now. I just thought for sure we were going to get one more nice fish. I really did. Oh, hey there. You can just see it like, he's like, yeah, I think I'll take that the other way. That was so cool. Like, that was the perfect time of early evening to be able to just really see that fish in the water. That was awesome. He just slowly turned like, yeah, I think I'm going to go this way. But thankfully, we powered him in real quick. Come on, let's see it again. Ah, come on. It's 11 p.m. Like, I don't know that we're going to catch another one. At least we got that one more. That was cool. Ooh. I like it. I think that's an asp, which is not good news. It's going to be a really small asp, but it's cool. Oh no, it's chub. It was a chub in disguise. Something small. I mean, we're still getting little bites, I guess, for how late it is. Look what level we are. We're over 13 and a half. But again, the problem is we're getting too much XP and not enough silver. It's fine, but you end up feeling like you can go to maps too early because you don't have the gear for them yet. It'll come back on. Come on. Come back. 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 Don't do it to me. Where'd he go? I mean, it wasn't very big, but still. We had a fish on the line for half a second. Oh, there he is. The same one. Same size, it seems like. This is why I cover up chat with my picture. That's all I'm saying. Usually chat's well behaved. I still encourage you to join our community, but you know, you get 500 and something people in there, you just never know. Alright, we're going to do one more cast after this, and then we're done. About to hit level 14. We hadn't even fished at Old Berg yet. It's crazy. Now, my question is there something you could purchase that would be a reasonable amount of silver if this kind of fishing looks really fun for you, that you'd have a better chance than what we have with this one, where you could just be a little more aggressive, you know? That is my question. All right, did we make any more silver? Oh, yeah. Holy cow. It adds up quick. So what did we end up with? I can't remember how much. We do about... Did we do about 80 silver here all day? That was the most expensive fish ever. All right, so what's the... Is there a... All right, so this is what we have. And the problem is the load capacity on this. It's not much better. I mean, because none of these are going to have a test that's in... Oh, wait. Is that close enough? The test is like 5. You really want it to be less than 5? But you still might be able to cast that pretty far, right? So that's a medium. I guess I think what you want is a medium light, right? What's the first medium light? And how much is it going to run us? Yeah, medium gets you 5, typically. Yeah, it's just a lot of silver. But this is more, one of these two is more what I'm talking about. If you just want to do spin fishing, saving up for something like this, it's still pretty strong. Get up 7 kilos. You could at least get 5-6 kilos of strength out of it. You could get any grayling out of this, out of Belaya, most likely out of the water. And, do decent on browns and stuff like that. So anyway, you'd have to be really committed at this level. You'd have to be really committed to wanting to do spin fishing only or mostly to save up for something that expensive this early, in my opinion. But for some people, that might be the ticket. If you have better ideas, by the way, you other mature mid to higher level players, on the most inexpensive way of approaching Belaya. I have very little experience at Belaya compared to a lot of players in this game, to be honest with you. I just typically focus on the feeder bottom fishing more. But if you have suggestions, please mention in the chat so that other lower level players can benefit from your knowledge as well. Hey, you guys are the best. I really want to thank everybody. The channel's been doing really well over the last few weeks, and that's all because of you guys. And I just appreciate the support. So Happy New Year to everyone once again. And I will see you next time. Tight lines.